So why do I need perfect payment policies? I'm gonna paint two pictures for you. So scene one, it's Friday night, you've wrapped up your massive week, jobs are done, invoices are sent, and your customers are happy. You're ready to pour yourself a drink, unwind, get comfortable. You really should be switching off, but you can't because your brain is still ticking over the list of clients that you need to follow up, the money that hasn't come through, the payments that are on their way. You're not trying to be the bad guy. You just want to be paid for the work that you've already done. Meanwhile, bills are due, cash flow's uncertain, and you can feel that anxiety creeping in. You're distracted from your family time, from rest, from life, all because you're still paying debt collectors from your own business. And when you add the cost of living, rising expenses, a shaky economy, the worry gets heavier. It's a real human experience and one that thousands of small businesses are struggling through each week. Another scene is, you've got a growing business and a shrinking cash flow. So maybe your business is growing, which is really cool. You've got a few staff, maybe an office or a warehouse that you're running. You're busy, you're booked out, and everything looks great on paper. But behind the scenes, you're waiting for clients to approve invoices, waiting for those big accounts on 60 or 90-day terms, waiting for payments to clear so that you can order stock. You've built up something amazing, but your cash flow hasn't caught up. And it's not that anyone's doing anything wrong. It's just that the system sucks. The bigger your clients, the longer the process, the more friction that you face getting paid. And like I said before, adding the current economy to it, businesses want to hold on to their cash. They want to have tighter budgets. They want to slow their spending. And suddenly your payment delays start to ripple throughout everything. I'm talking about something that affects every single business owner, whether you've been around for 20 years or you've just launched last week, getting paid on time. The truth is that late payments are one of the biggest cash flow killers in Australia. When cash flow slows down, everything slows down. Your growth, your ability to pay your suppliers, your energy, even your overall quality of life. And if Australians' economy had thoughts like yours, it would probably lose sleep too. It's bumpy at the moment. So things, when they have to tighten up, the smaller the business, they really feel it first. And, when they start getting clients that are paying late, it's sad, but a lot of those payments aren't malicious. People are just really overwhelmed. They're managing their own cash flow. They're juggling too many invoices. They're just simply also forgetting to pay, which happens quite often. And that's where good payment design can make big changes. So I'm going to talk about how to stop that cycle with a few practical, simple payment policies that make it easier for your customers to pay you and harder for them to forget. When we look at payment policies we need to fix, we need to unpack the why first. Why is there friction? Why don't people pay for goods and services on or even before a due date, which would be lovely? When you strip it all back, there's three core payment policies or core payment problems that create this constant cycle of chasing. Once you understand what they are and how to fix them, you can actually completely change the way that money moves through your business. So let's unpack these problems. If you're not getting a card or a bank account at the start of your relationship, you're already losing. You're already losing because you've given the customer complete control and power. They have the control on if they're going to pay you in time, if they're going to pay you at all, and how they're going to pay you. Think about how hotels do it. Now, a few of you have probably checked into a hotel today or yesterday or this week to be here. When you check in, they don't say, we'll email you for payment later. They secure that up front. It's efficient. So imagine if your business worked the same way. Now let's talk about convenience. Have you received an invoice that said, hey, please transfer to this BSB and this account number? Or the payment hyperlink is just unclickable and it just leads you nowhere. You think, I'll find the energy to pay this later, and the later never happens. We're all guilty of it. I've definitely done it before. And that's not because people don't want to pay, it's because the process gets in their way. So the more steps, the more effort someone has to take to pay you, the less likely they are to actually go and pay you. So you're driving that problem, unfortunately, by not making payments as easy as possible. So I alluded to this a little while ago, but there's friction for payments. You might have big customers on 60 or 90-day terms, or corporate clients with complicated approval chains. And that's fine, but find a system to utilize automation within those terms. So you're never going to get paid on time if you don't remove that friction, or you don't want to be that business that falls through the cracks and gets forgotten in a broken process. So that's the pain, right? So what are the simple ways to solve it? Here are 6 payment policies that you can actually implement right away to keep cash flowing smoothly. Capture payment details during onboarding. Make it just part of your standard process for all customers. That way, it's not an afterthought or a process that appears to the customer and it is something that makes it feel like it's something of low value. Once the invoice is raised, let it run. Automate it. Don't do manual billing. Don't do manual reminders. Don't make it manual to pay. Offer multiple payment methods. At an absolute minimum, you should be offering 2. Make it convenient for them and make that equal faster payments. Give people options for frequency. So be flexible. If they want to pay weekly, fortnightly, monthly, the easier it is to fit into the way that they operate their routine, the faster you'll actually get paid. And if a client gets multiple invoices each month, let them log in once and pay that all in a single batch. Be clear about your terms. That way, even those 90-day clients won't throw off that cash flow rhythm for you. So these all might sound simple, but they can actually transform how you manage receivables. So you're probably thinking, Chloe, you told me about my problems. You've peeled back all the layers of the pain. You're probably understanding me on this weird level, even though we haven't even had a conversation before. I haven't even told my family how stressed I am in terms of my business cash flow. I'll be very kind telling you how to solve these problems and what you should be doing. But is there something that can solve all of these problems? Potentially. Now, me and the whole gang at Pinch can actually help you with a platform that has these things as standard. So you can actually let your customers opt into a pre-approval. So you can have your customers securely store a payment method, and those invoices will automatically be debited on the due date. So you don't have to chase them. You don't have to do those awkward reminders when they are a day past the due date. Give your customers flexibility to break large invoices into smaller scheduled payments. It keeps cash flow steady and it still keeps those customers, especially in this economy, more comfortable. Invite your customers to a single space where they can view, manage, and pay all of their invoices, and also pay multiple invoices in one swoop. The platform that connects seamlessly with Xero, QuickBooks, MyOb to automate the reconciliation process so that you spend less time cross-checking payments. And from an invoice, allow your customers to pay immediately through a secure channel. Really simple, really no fuss at all. Ensure every payment automatically syncs with the right invoice so your books always balance without manual effort. Together, these tools remove the barriers between sending an invoice and getting paid. Now, when we look at our customers, one of my favorite examples of these policies in action came from a business called Jet Lag Remedy. So Simone, she ran a home concierge and cleaning service that started really small and grew really quickly. So she used to spend her evenings chasing invoices, with $30,000 tied up in overdue debt that she needed. And she actually just decided to draw a line in the sand, essentially. She just made one small change. She only took on clients who provided a payment method up front. With automated processing in place, her aged receivables dropped down to almost zero. The only slow payments she receives are the ones that are through the NDIS, and you all would probably be familiar as to why. But the shift didn't just fix her cash flow. It gave her back her time. It gave her back her confidence. And instead of chasing money, she's now focusing on growing her brand. She's being featured on TV. She's built a franchise model and turned her business into a national success story, which is pretty cool. It's just a perfect example of what happens when good payment policies meet smart automation. Things just flow. So before we wrap up, I'll leave you with 3 thoughts. Poor payment policies aren't just bad business, they are optional. So you can actually choose better systems that protect your time and protect your cash flow. You don't have to chase payments. Automation can handle it. The future of payments is convenient, automated, and respectful of your time. So the tools and technology already exist. It's about building habits that make those payments happen naturally. Make it easy and make it as convenient as possible for your customers to pay you. And you can actually reward yourself some time back in your life. Policy is power. The clearer your payment rules, the smoother your cash flow. So we're helping businesses move from payment stress to payment confidence. And to be honest with you all, I haven't even shown a demo of our product because it is such a simple exercise. And once you integrate that with your accounting software, flick a few boxes and invite your customers to really conform to the way that you want to take payments and create that new normal, the systems will just run themselves. It's that simple. Thank you all. That's my demo for today. I hope it's sparked a few ideas about how to make your payments process not just faster, but smarter. And if you sat through this and you can actually think of other people that this might help outside of you, if you consult businesses or assist others that do have cash flow issues, come and talk to me in the booth. We'll talk about the Pinch Partner Program. So not only can you actually refer Pinch to clients, you can actually be that driving force that helps your clients set up their Pinch accounts and pilot them for them if they need some extra assistance. So I guess you can change the world one payment policy at a time.